Cain and Moira Dingle have always been seen as one of Emmerdale's most solid partnerships. If a relationship can endure a wife's affair with her husband's son, it's hard to imagine anything else breaking it apart, isn't it? However, accepting difficult realities has never been Cain's strong point, and coming to terms with his prostate cancer diagnosis has proved especially challenging. He requires surgery, but anxiety about how life might change afterwards is making him question what lies ahead for their marriage. The procedure was delayed when an exhausted Jacob accidentally hit him with a car, leaving Cain too badly hurt to undergo the operation. This not only increased the risks to his health, but also gave him more time to dwell on his fears. Moira's release from prison might have been expected to lift his spirits and help him deal with the situation, yet it has had the opposite effect. Instead, Cain has become consumed by worries about how the surgery could affect their relationship, fearing that a lack of intimacy might drive Moira away. Thankfully, as the appointment approaches, he begins to share his concerns with her. Meanwhile, his close friend Liam steps in to listen, and Cain admits he has even considered cancelling the surgery altogether. At the same time, Moira confides in Chas that their once stable relationship is now feeling uncertain, and saying it aloud only makes the situation feel more serious. Despite everything, they have come a long way, and Cain ultimately decides to go ahead with the operation. He has an honest conversation with Moira about the possible changes ahead, and she reassures him that whatever happens, they will face it side by side. The question remains, will Cain truly believe her? It's exhausting. Emmerdale actor reveals he's eager for storyline to wrap up. Emmerdale star Joshua Richards has spent nearly a year at the heart of one of the show's darkest plots. Back in the summer of 2025, his character Bear Wolf was tricked into visiting a farm by Ray Walters. Once there, he was locked away in a grim attic and forced to work alongside other vulnerable individuals. As part of the soap's attempt to highlight modern-day slavery, Bear was manipulated and controlled by Ray and Celia Daniels, enduring deeply traumatic experiences that left lasting scars. At the beginning of 2026, Bear managed to escape and return to the village. However, when he stormed into Tennant's, he discovered Ray attempting to murder Paddy Kirk. Acting quickly, Bear grabbed Ray and strangled him, ultimately killing him. In the aftermath, Paddy and Dylan Penders tried to keep Bear's actions hidden, but D.S. Walsh eventually uncovered the truth. For Joshua, portraying such an intense storyline has been demanding. While his performance has impressed viewers, he admitted that disconnecting from the role hasn't been easy. He explained that the work doesn't really stop after filming, as he still has to prepare lines for the next day, making it difficult to switch off mentally. The emotional weight of the storyline has sometimes left him hoping it would come to an end sooner rather than later. When asked how he feels now that the plot is nearing its conclusion, Joshua shared that he's genuinely relieved. Although he has enjoyed being part of such a major storyline, he highlighted how many people are involved, from writers and directors to crew, makeup, costume, and fellow cast members, making it a huge collaborative effort. By the end, he said, there's a shared sense of pride, but also relief, as everyone is ready to move on to the next chapter. Soon, Paddy, Dylan and Bear will face trial for their actions. If the jury rejects their accounts, Bear could be sentenced to life in prison. Speaking about how Bear might handle life behind bars, Joshua suggested that the character would likely accept whatever fate awaits him. As a former professional wrestler, Bear wouldn't be easily intimidated by conflicts with other inmates. He added that Bear's ability to emotionally shut down, combined with a lifetime spent largely on his own, would help him cope with isolation. Even in confrontational situations, Joshua believes Bear wouldn't feel threatened, as he's used to enduring hardship and can still hold his own, despite his age. Emmerdale actor Danny Miller opens up about guilt over new TV venture. Emmerdale favourite Danny Miller has honestly spoken about the sense of guilt he's experiencing after signing up for a new project away from the soap. The actor is set to appear in The Celebrity Apprentice, where 12 well-known personalities will take on a series of business challenges set by Lord Sugar, all in aid of charity. Although the format has featured celebrity specials before, this will be the first time a full-length version is produced. The 6-part series will be filmed over 3 weeks, with contestants completely cut off from their families during that time. Speaking on his podcast, You Don't Know You're Born, Miller shared his mixed emotions about joining the demanding show. He admitted feeling both excited and nervous, especially given the intense nature of filming and the lack of communication with loved ones. His co-host Brooke Vincent compared the experience to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which Miller famously won in 2021, but without the jungle setting. Even contestants who are eliminated early are expected to remain involved for at least a week, still unable to contact family members, except through updates from producers. Miller confessed that being away from his family will be the toughest part, describing the situation as emotionally challenging. Vincent reassured him, pointing out that the decision ultimately comes down to work and career growth, even if it brings a sense of guilt. Reflecting on his feelings as a father, Miller admitted he had moments of doubt after learning how immersive the show would be. He explained that the hardest aspect isn't the tasks or pressure, but simply being unable to stay in touch with his loved ones while filming. Emmerdale star Lisa Riley has given fans an honest health update after suffering a painful fall that left her needing surgery and a cast on her left arm. Earlier this year, the actress, who plays Mandy Dingle, slipped from her breakfast stool and landed badly, injuring her left thumb in the process. Appearing on Loose Women alongside Kay Adams, G.K. Barry, and Denise Welch, Riley spoke about how her recovery is progressing. She revealed that she had undergone surgery and is now in week 5 of healing, with a follow-up appointment scheduled for May 6th, when doctors are expected to remove her cast. She described the injury as extremely painful, comparing the wound to a dog bite, and admitted that she still struggles to move her hand properly. Riley also confirmed that she will now need physiotherapy and rehabilitation as part of her recovery. The accident happened just before she was due to travel to New York City. She explained that she was more concerned about flying so soon after the injury, as she was due to board a plane only days later. Doctors allowed her to travel, fitting her with a specially designed expandable cast. One she lightheartedly said she chose in an Easter colour since it was the holiday period. Despite the difficult experience, Riley remains focused on recovery, with Emmerdale continuing to air on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV and streaming on ITVX.